Poetry. Spoken word is specifically what I do, but people are always like a little bit confused about what spoken word is. And I say, really, spoken word is just words you write spoken out loud. That simple. And people get a little intimidated. The particular genre that I play in is more the performance aspect of it. I think that's what makes it kind of a distinct genre. Is the poetry, I believe, is the same, but the performance and getting kind of like a rhythm and the meter is what makes it the sort of stage style spoken word. But fundamentally, everything is spoken word. So please come to one of my workshops. I'm going to be teaching one for teens, July 7th, and sometime in September at the Woodbury Library. If you're a resident, kids are free. And one for adults, August 11th. It's also free to residents. And I'm also performing next Saturday, the 25th, at the Norwalk Public Library, so 1 to 3, so come check me out. But what I like to do when I teach is I like to do adaptation poems because it's a little bit more accessible for people to wrap their brain around putting words to paper without it having just come out of their head. And so I want to just read you an example of one of my adaptation poems. December I did Jack Kerouac, but today I'm feeling Maya Angelou. And I know some people think that that's intimidating, but I find it as a lovely challenge. Hopefully I won't overdo my time. I'm going to read Maya Angelou's poem first, and then you'll see my adaptation, which it does not have to follow suit. It just has to have like improv and accents of the poem. All right. So this is On Pulse of Morning. All right. A rock, a river, a tree, host to species long since departed, marked the mastodon, the dinosaur who left dried tokens of their sojourn here. On our planet floor, any broad alarm of their hastening doom is lost in the gloom of dust and ages. But today the rock cries out to us clearly, forcefully, "Come, you may stand upon my back and face your distant destiny, but seek no haven in my shadow. I will give you no hiding place down here. You, created only a little lower than angels, have crouched too long in the bruising darkness, have lain too long face down in ignorance. Your mouth spilling words armed for slaughter. The rock cries out to us today, you may stand upon me, but do not hide your face." So here's my adaptation. I hope I'm inspiring you to go home and do your own adaptations. Okay. Green ball of branch and vine, turtles and alligators in mud and water play, both brought forth from the beginning, each different in intention. Come stand upon these banks and see no danger lives from the crickets and dragonflies, skipping rocks into the ripples that atoms and electrons pass through the wormhole. Wild turkeys and pears come to me today, a witness to thought no longer hidden from dancing with despair. You are created from the skin of the fish and light of the fireflies. The swampy muck did clog too long. To do better, to know those words have power and swords aren't meant to swallow. No hiding dances in despair. The fog calls out today. You may sit within me, but do not hide your dance. Thank you so much. And now if you want to kind of follow what I'm up to, Maya Rose Spoken Word, you can find what I'm doing on Facebook and Instagram. Also, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel if you kind of want to see my performance stuff. But I also have a WordPress site, and I just remember last time I'm like, I got to change my domain. Finally changed it to mayarosespokenword.com, and you can see the stuff I've written. But I do a bunch of writing challenges on there. So if you want to take out your notebook and write some stuff, there's some easy, beginner, intermediate, and advanced stuff. But to me, I feel like anyone who's a beginner can approach any of it because you can edit it the way you want. But there's some stuff that's maybe a little bit more challenging, like a Edgar Allan Poe adaptation, and stuff that's a little bit simpler, like, write a 5-line poem from your 6-year-old self. So it's kind of fun to get that creative mind, creative juices perking. And that is my time. Is that correct? All right. Thank you so much. I so appreciate it. Maya Rose spoken word, and I hope to see you at the library. You set it up for me. You could be my marketing guy.